Okay, so I think so we are live now. Just let me see whether my video is properly audible or not. Okay. So, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In the previous lecture, we were working with our authentication part where we have successfully integrated both of our application from the front end as well as the back end. Okay, like if you will see here, let me just run this app right here. And as soon as I will run this part, you will be able to see that our application was successfully able to log in. Let me just give you a basic way to run it. Okay. First, let me launch the backend as well here from there. So backend, let me just hit npm start. Okay, so npm start. Okay, so our server is also running and our data should be also able to connect. Okay, so here you can see that this is the basic what Flutter app demo. Okay, not this one actually. This is a backup. Let me just run this one. This main.dart file here. Okay. So let me just hit run this part. This is the code that we have completed so far. This is the Flutter app live. Okay. So this is the code. Let me just start our Node.js server. Sometimes what will happen, whenever you will launch your server, you will be able to see this line of code. Let me just show you that first. What you will be able to see, you will be seeing, okay, like, let me just wait for it to reload. You will be able to see here that in this case, let me first log in it. Okay, just give me a second until it gets logged in properly. Okay, so now when it's logged in, you can able to see that you are getting the current IP address not added. You will be not able to connect your database from it, this address. So you have to add this, okay? And you can even visit your network access. So see that, okay? So you can see that this IP address that I'm adding is going to be added here, okay? Includes your current IP address, okay? So as soon as I will add that, you will be able to see that our status will be started. See, now you will see active. Currently, if I will open our backend, okay, you were seeing that, see, it was giving us an error. What error it was saying that, MongoDB network error, Mongo was not getting connected and all and all and all. So now if we will cancel this app and if we will start it again, now you will be able to see that it will say that MongoDB has been connected. Okay. So now you can see that MongoDB connected. Now if I will just close this out and let me just go to, let's just add it right here. Okay. So let me just go to our backend part, sorry, front end part, and you can see it right here. So now if I'll click login, so I have added a basic credential that is ABCD. So abcd@gmail.com. Okay, and here I'll enter the password. So password 23. Okay, and as soon as I will hit login, okay, let me hit login here. What exactly it's showing? Let me check. Let's wait until it's reloaded. Where is the auth page? Inside the auth, everything is fine. Login page also. We have already done this part in the previous section, right? So I hope this should not give us any sort of error. Okay. So yeah, if token is not null, then what you should get, if your token is not null, you should be able to see that yeah, login has been successful and the data is working fine, everything is good, great, and all that. Okay. Okay, so if it's not null, okay, what you have to give the provider. Okay, so like where exactly you can be navigated. So I'll just do one thing, I'll add onboard.navigating. Inside that, I'll just make sure that we are redirected to this onboarding page. Okay, so that's it, what we are going to do. Navigator.push. Inside the push, I'm gonna give the context so you can add anything like material page route. Material page route. Inside that, I'll enter the builder. So what is the builder? Builder will be having nothing, just basic context it will catch, and after that it will ask for a route. Okay, so you have to provide with the route. So what is the route that I'm gonna give it? I'm gonna make sure that you give it a route like onboarding. Okay, onboarding screen. That's it. So now it's exactly why it's giving us an error. Argument type page which cannot be assigned to the parameter type. Okay, let's make sure that it works. Yeah, you can do this. Like, yeah, you can print login successful, and then you can give navigator.push context, and then you will redirect it to the onboarding screen, which we have created here. Okay, so let me just restart our application from here. Okay, and just see whether our code is working or not. So, pd@gmail.com, then you have what password, WORD. Okay, so PASSWRD 123. So as soon as I will hit password and I'll hit this button, it should technically run. Okay. Maybe there is some issue with the button. Let's just analyze where the button we have created. The button here. After this, we had, okay, so register user will be added here. So similarly, login user is already created, and inside login user, we should be able to see the output. I don't know why we're not getting it. Let me do one thing. Let me just close this out and let's start here. Let's firstly render Flutter clean. Okay. This will create or delete all the basic previous files that we had, the previous runs that we had, and it's going to install a new fresh uh, build, and that's why you will be able to see all the things. Okay, so let's just give it a second until it's getting properly restarted, and as soon as it will be restarted, you will be able to see it. Okay, so let me just move this as well. Okay. As soon as it will be started, we will be then working on with the next part of the application, that is creating our home page, creating the main home screen that we are supposed to do. Okay. So now if you will see here that I asked every one of you guys to enter or to create this login sign up page, right? By using the same form factor. But if the sign up is selected, then you have to do this. Otherwise, you should be redirected to this page, right? So I have already implemented that. If you still is unable to understand, you can just head over and look to the code and you will be able to do it. Okay. So I'll just write authentication day 7. It was day 7 code, right? Today is day 8. So we'll make sure that our code will also be updated. So let me just firstly render out everything, then I'm gonna update that code as well. Okay. So this part is done, and after this, now what we have? Now we are going to enter the data. So AB CD. Okay, so let me just go and enter on this virtual keyboard here. Okay. Yeah, I need a virtual keyboard. A B C D. Okay, at the rate gmail.com. So abcd at the rate gmail.com. Then we have password. Okay, let's hit and yeah, still nothing. Let's go and check for the backend that whether we are getting any sort of data in the backend or not. Backend seems to be fine working. Let me go and check for the auth screen where we have created the auth screen. Here. Inside the auth screen, we are looking for config.dart. Inside this config.dart, we are having this link. Let's open this link in the browser and let's see. Yeah, maybe the error of all the things is this particular link, which is going to be creating error to us. Let's just make sure, go back. Okay, see, backend is working here, but it's not fetching the data from, it's not taking the data from it. We'll analyze it, why it's not happening. Maybe it's just because of the link that we are providing and everything. Okay, not a big deal. We'll make sure how exactly it's gonna end up. Okay, so just stick with that for a minute and yeah, we'll update it. Until that, what are the further steps that we have to do? Okay, so further steps that we have to implement is we have to make sure that our file works perfectly. Okay, so after this scanning part, like after this authentication and everything, we want to make sure that it gets redirected to some page, right? Home page that we have in our file, like right here. Like this, after this, our page should be redirected to some home screen, right? This home screen, which is present right here. So we will be creating this home screen as well, and we will be creating this bottom navigation bar, which will ensure that you will be able to redirect or you will be able to authenticate between multiple pages. Okay, so we will be starting with that. Now, for that, what I have to do here is I have to firstly open a new file here and I have to make sure that I create it. So, home screen, home screen, home screen. I'm going to create a new screen here. I'm going to name it as home screen. Okay. And inside that, I'm going to name it as home screen.dart. Okay. So I have named a file called home screen.dart. And inside this home screen.dart, we are going to be creating a very basic home page of us. Okay. So, let's just go to homepage, homepage, homepage. And inside that we have homepage, our very own basic homepage. Okay. So what we are going to do here is let's start with the basic line of code that is by importing package material.dart. Okay. So package material.dart. And after that, we are going to create a stateful widget. So the name of that will be homepage. Okay. So I'm going to name it as I'm going to name it as homepage here. And how exactly our homepage is going to look is you have to make sure to observe the class, the design very carefully. Inside that, you have the first title that is Hello Sarah and Good Morning. So Sarah is like a name of a user. You can switch it with your own username, right? So what else we have? We have today's workout plan and Monday 26 and all that, right? Workout categories and everything. So what we have to do here is we have to make sure that all these things are in a column because it's in a column, right? And you even see that it's also beneath the screen. That means you are going to use a scroll view. Okay. So how things gonna start? Things will start by firstly implementing a scaffold, okay? And right after the scaffold, you have to implement one more thing, okay? That is the very basic background color that you can add. Okay, so we are going to implement the background color here as well. Okay, so I'm gonna write the color, not white. Okay, so in this, we'll take for where we have the background. Okay, let's just remove that for now. And instead of using a background page, what we can start with the first thing, that is a body. Okay, and the body will be having a single child scroll view. Okay, how many days it might can take to complete the project? Okay, so it depends here. As per my side, I'm gonna complete this project within 2 to 3 days. Okay, but as you know that in a software application there are hundreds of things. Okay, so in that you need to make sure that you do each and everything, right? Like for example, in that you can even use your this part, sensors and everything. Okay, and right after using the sensors you can even implement this as well, right? So yeah, so inside the body what we are going to use, we are going to use a single child scroll view. Okay, the single child scroll view will be having child, so that child will be a column. Okay, and what I'm gonna do inside this column is I'm gonna add children's into it. Okay, because it's gonna take a lot of subcategories. And inside this children, we are just going to then implement each and every text. Okay. So talking about this project, like, see, in this project, you can do a lot of things. Like, for example, you can add sensors, or you can take, data from any site, or data from any people's watches and everything. And then that also you can implement, right? And you can also make sure that you read and access all the mobile data, sensor data, like gyroscope and everything. Okay. Currently, this was a very basic app, so we have just created static part, right? Like storing users, exercise and everything. You can just I'm just giving you a layout, and you can add a lot of possibilities into it, right? If you want that I should even add sensors and everything and all that data accessing part, you can also make sure to comment down below, and I'll be making sure to create that part as well. Okay. So what you have written hello user, that will be bold. Okay. Now we'll go to the main.dart file, and inside that I'm just gonna call my home page. So I'm just gonna call my home page here, and let's just restart it. Okay. Go here and let's just restart the code. Run. Okay. We'll close from here. Just make sure until we get it completely done. Until then, let's do one thing. Let's just make sure that our code looks fine. Okay. So yeah, this is the text. And right after this text, you have a lot of files as well. Okay. So inside that, what we are going to do, we are going to add a size box now, because see, what will happen after this, you have to give some spacing, some margins and everything, right? So yeah, see, currently this hello user is right above the chart, right? And you cannot even make sure that it should be like this because it's not looking at all good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that this column right here is marked with padding, okay? And this padding will be not from all, the padding will be only from the top, okay? So I'm gonna write only, and only in that I'm gonna add top. So top will be size dot height, okay? Size dot height into something or about into 0.04, okay? Now the size is already there, so we'll just have to remove this const from there. And now if I will restart, you will be able to see that it will be coming a little down over there. Okay. So now you can see that we have hello users, and also we will ensure that we have a proper gaps and everything for every heading. Okay. So yeah, let's start with that as well. Where is the design? Design, design, design. And we'll ensure that our design looks good. That's hello Sarah, then good morning, and then the basic text. Okay. So we'll quickly drive to it. Let's add 0.05, and after that, what we are going to do, we are going to just use the same text, everything same, but just the size will be little small. Okay. So yeah, see the text and everything is same. Format it out. Yeah. So as soon as you will format it out, you will be able to see that it's exactly the same. Nothing much has pretty changed. You see, good morning over there. And this hello user, I don't know why it's going there. Let me make sure that it gets properly aligned over there. So yeah, this good morning is properly at the margin part. So we'll add one. Let's add a basic line, that is, we want that it should start from where? We want that it should start from cross-axis alignment dot start. And we'll also ensure that this column is wrapped out with container, and that container has padding, which we have created. Okay, so if we have done that or not. Okay, so let's make sure that we have horizontal padding, which is, let's just do one thing. Let's go to the import part. Okay. And inside this constant, we have color dot dot. So inside that, we will also make sure one more file, which is padding. So padding margin dot dot. Okay. So we're going to make sure to create padding margin dot dot. And inside this padding margin dot dot, we are going to create a very basic class, that is padding. And inside that, you have a basic size of your device. And in that, you have returns what? Symmetric. So if you will call for horizontal, you will get this. If you will call for vertical, you will get this. Okay. That's it. Now we'll go back to our home page, and inside that, in the padding, it's gonna give app padding. Okay. So inside app padding dot horizontal padding dot context. Okay. Let's sure. Yeah. Now you can see that it looks good. Okay. And the good morning text also, I want to make sure that it's little bit highlighted. Okay. I don't know what happened to the screen. Let me just remove this line from there. And yeah, now you might be able to see it. Transparent. Still the same. Okay, so what you will do, you will add a color to it. Okay. Like color will be colors dot white, and with dot with opacity, or you can add somewhat about white 230 or something like that. Okay. So yeah, now you can see good morning and everything is looking good. After that, again, you need to make sure that you give them a proper height. So let me give a height here. Size box dot height dot 0.05 or 0.04 as per your view. Okay, I'm gonna give it 0.04. Okay. Now after that, what you have this very basic design right there. Okay, so which is a row. This row is like today's workout plan, and then you have this, then you have a basic stack which stores an image, right? So let's start with what? Let's start by creating that row. Okay, so I'm gonna enter with row, and inside this row we have what mean axis alignment. So I want that mean axis alignment to be space between, which will ensure that there is a lot of difference between it. And then inside this children, we are going to create our main file. Okay, I'm gonna add text. So this text will be having a very basic data like today's workout plan. So today's workout. Okay, and then you will give a very basic styling like height, size, and everything. Let me just show you. Yeah, now you can see it. I want the size to be a little bit small here, and same thing. I'm gonna add for another text that is okay. So which will be here. I'm gonna add one more text that is text, and yeah. Till now, everybody might be knowing how we are going to do what all things we are going to add, and yeah, I ensure that. most of the people who were in the series since beginning now might be able to do each and everything by themselves, right? Okay, so it's what, 5th April. Today is what date? Today is, I guess, 17, right? Yeah. Let's do one thing. Let's add Saturday, 17 Feb. Okay. I have added this, and then you can give the basic text styling here as well. So now you can see that it looks like this. Like today's workout plan, Saturday, 5th, 17 Feb and all. There is a design. Design is supposed to be here. Let me just open this in the background. Okay. So in that you can see that there is a primary color into it, and yeah, the text is good, big, but that is the secondary text is small, right? So let me ensure that part as well. So we'll give 4, 5, and also instead of color sort white, I'm gonna give it primary color. Okay. Now I'll just quickly reload it, and now you can see that voila, you're getting your desired code and everything looks good. Okay. So this part done. And similarly, now again you will give the same sort of uh, part to it. After this row, you're going to give size box, and the size box will be same. Like to ensure that the code has symmetry, you have to make sure that each and every single line is same. Like sizing should be same for every single part of that. Okay. Now let me do one thing. Let me just create a container here. Okay. So I'm gonna create a container. And inside this container, I will ensure that we have two, three things. That is a width. Okay. So this width will be size dot width. Okay. Into 0.9. And the height will be also little bit small, like 0.2 or 0.3 something. Okay. After that, you can give a decoration. So decoration will be very basic decoration. I guess now you can see it. Yeah. This is our container. Exactly like this, right? Yeah. So our container has been created. Let's ensure that we have the proper values to it. So color dot if dot shade 100. So it's like very vibrant or faded, I guess. Yeah, faded. So after this, we are going to add the child. So that child will be image. Okay. Child will be our image tag that we are going to create. So what will be the image tag? Let me do one thing. Let's create a separate file right here. Okay, so we'll create here and I'm gonna name it as STL, and this STL will be what? Image tag. Okay, so this image tag will be taking 2 to 3 things. The first one that I would give it is string size. Okay, so like for example, final size. Okay, the size of the device. What exactly is the device? What is the resolution of your device? Okay, and after that, you are going to give one more thing that is final uh start image. Okay, so final thing, and inside this image we are going to give image. Then you want to give title, and then you want to give subtitle or the timestamp. Okay, that's it. So these are the few things that you are going to give, and then you can just write it as add these fields into it. Okay, and now inside this widget we are going to create our stack. Okay, I'm gonna create my own stack. Okay, inside this stack, you have a children because stack can also take multiple files. So I'll create a container, and that container will be having certain amount of height, width, and everything. Okay, the same thing which we have done there. So what we have done, we have just copy pasted that same old line of code, okay, from there to here. And what I'm gonna do in this child, I'm gonna add a image. Okay, so let me just give an image here inside this. Border decoration color will be nothing, and instead of color I'm gonna add what? Image. So image will be a certain image or file. Okay, so I'm gonna give decoration image, And inside this, you have to provide the link. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna add the image path here, and the fifth will be boxfit.cover. Okay, yeah, what it says the argument type string cannot be assigned to the parameter this and this. Okay, so let me change this to asset image, and inside this asset image, it's gonna say it like this. Okay, so now it's gonna not create any sort of error. So what I'm gonna do right above here, where exactly we're getting error, we are going to call our image stack. Okay, so inside this image stack, the basic size will be the size of the screen, and then what you have the asset of an image, right? So you have to provide the asset. So what I can provide it with, I can provide it with very basic asset like day one, or you can, let's do one thing, let's give it onboarding. Okay. Inside this onboarding, you have some images, right? Let me check. Onboarding one, two, three. So let's ensure that whether we have new images or not. So I'm gonna add some new images into it. Okay, so home one, home two, okay, and the home three. Okay, so let me just do one thing. Let me just ensure that these images are added, and let me just close these one image. Okay. So inside this images, what we have? We have asset, okay, slash onboarding, not barding, onboarding. And right inside this onboarding images, we have one more line to add, that is home one. Okay, so slash home one. Now this is done, everything is done, and let me just reload it. Yeah, most probably we are not going to get that image here because our app is already running, right? So what you have to ensure that you close the application and then you again restart it. Ensure that the image which you have loaded is properly into it. So let me just hit the run here. And as soon as I will hit run, it's gonna do it. Give it a second to get started. Home page, yeah. Let me ensure that whether our home page is there or not. Copy relative path. Then I'm gonna just paste it. Change the back buttons, and now you will be able to see this one. Yeah, you can see that now it's there. Okay, so you're getting this image properly, perfectly fine. And the text is also added, but the text is not visible. Why? Because we have certainly not added the text here, right? So we will ensure that the text is also there. So right after this container, I'm going to use positioned. Okay. This positioned will be having child, so that child will be on the column. Okay. Because the text is right beneath each other. So yeah, let's give it like this. See, we have written cross-axis alignment. Inside the cross-axis alignment, we have given cross-axis alignment dot start. Then we have given inside the children, we have given a text, very basic, and again the text time. Okay. So let me hit run. And yeah, it's giving us error where exactly and why. So maybe brackets error. Format. Okay. Now if I'll reload, I should be able to see these texts. Okay, so now you can see that the text is present, but we have to give them this positioning as well, right? So I'll give the positioning as from left. I want it to be somewhere around width dot 0.05, so you'll get that proper. And from the top, I'll give it about size height, but instead of this, I'll write 135. Maybe that will be fine. Okay, so instead of that, 132. Okay, 130 is still good. Yeah, 130 looks fine, right? Let me go to that design and we'll see. Yeah, so you can see that you are getting this day one warm up and everything. We'll just do one thing, we'll just rename the text now. Okay, so 25 and now it looks good, good. Yeah. So now we'll go back here and what we'll do, we'll just rename the text. We rename the text. Okay, so what will be the text here? We will rename to day one warm up. Okay, so title is our day one warm up and the timestamp that we are going to add is this one. Okay, now it looks good and also it looks perfect. So for this one, we are going to give it a primary color. So primary color and the size also should be little small. That also I'm gonna ensure. Okay, dollar thing. Dollar time. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. So now time is also good. This is also looking better. And let's just ensure that the size is little small of this main text. If five. Okay. Yeah. Now it looks fine and good. Perfect to go. Okay. So we have created this part as well. Now the main things arrives that is these workout categories. So just to create this workout categories, just do one thing that just copy paste that basic role which we have created right up above. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll just end out this text and right after this text, not here actually, right above here. Yeah, after this container, I'm gonna give some same, I told you, like same padding. And after the same padding, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just copy paste this row which we have created. Okay, and I'll paste it right here. And this time I'll rename the row to be what? Workout categories. Workout workout categories. So this one is fine. And after this workout categories, you have to make sure to enter the all here. Okay, so the all, that's it. Let's just hit enter. And yeah, now you can see the workout categories has also been added. Okay, so if you know how exactly things works in Flutter, it's very easy for you to create the code. Okay, you can see it yourselves and just ensure that it's not bold at all. Okay, so let's just hit, yeah, now it looks, see, everything is going according to the UI and you can easily create these things. Okay, so now what we have this slider, which I'll be telling you how to do it. But before adding this slider, I'll really make sure that you uses these, list view to add this scroll list view. Okay, so what is that? Horizontal scroll list view. You can add that as well to it. So what we'll do, we'll go here and we'll also ensure that after this, what we get, we firstly give them a basic sized gap, which we have given to this container, not that much actually, 0.02. Okay. Similarly, we will give here after this text or row, I'm gonna give 0.02 and then I'm gonna give a very basic list view here. Okay. So what I'm gonna add, I'm gonna give sized box. Why sized box? Sized box will ensure that the height is limited. Okay, I don't want that it should take all of my height. That's why I'm gonna use size box and inside that I'm gonna add list view. Okay, so list view and inside this list view, what we have, we are going to make sure that we are using those image assets, okay, that assets which we have created. So the first thing that I need to enter in this is scroll direction. So scroll direction will be axis dot horizontal, okay. And after that, what we have children. So the children will be having our image stack, okay. So I'll add a container. So this container will be having some of the widths and heights and decorations and everything. So firstly, we'll go for the width, okay. So let me just go here for the width. And width will be that same old sized box 0.4. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just give it 0.7. Okay. And then I'm gonna get height same, occupy all the space. Okay. And that decoration and everything will be exact the same. Okay. Let's check whether it's working. Okay. So here you can see that you are getting a very basic uh, container, right? So let's do one thing. Let's, instead of having image here, I'll add color. Okay, so colors dot blue shade and border and everything. Yeah, looks good, right? And let me just give it a little more width. Yeah, it's look good. So this one is fine. Now I'll add children into it. So the children will be our very basic image stack, and that image stack will take all those things like this. Enter the title, and yeah, this image tag will take size, then title, day one warm up, then 9 a.m., then image asset that we have already given it. Okay, so let me just reload it, and yeah, now you can see that it's day one warm up. Then same thing you're going to just copy paste by some adding some of the like width of 0 point something or 0.04 that I told you, right? To be aesthetic, you have to make sure that you uses the similar kind of thing. So just copy this and paste it out. Okay. Now you can see that you have two of them, but this scroll is not looking good. So I'll add scroll physics, or maybe that is physics, right? Yeah, physics. Can't see scroll physics. Okay, so yeah, now you can see that it looks much better. Okay. So I have even added some physics to it, and yeah, it looks good. Now home page 3.jpg. So there is, I guess, no image like that. I think so. Because it's not JPG, it's PNG. Let me go to the home screen and yeah, PNG. Now you can see that as well. Okay. So we have added this, then inside that you have day one warm up 9 to 10 and all that. So 10 to 11, and like that you can just modify it and you can just keep on adding your categories into it. Okay. So workout categories will be easy, difficult, hard, medium, and all that. Okay. So that part is also done. Now, what is left? You have left for this new state of it. So what I'll do, I'll just come out of it, and here I'm again gonna use size box. Okay, size box will be what? Size box will just give us a little bit gap. So width will be size dot uh, smaller size dot width. Okay, into, so size dot width into 0.04. Okay, the same old width that which we were using. So, and after that, we are going to use what? A container, and inside the container, we'll use basic things and all into it. Okay, I'll add a text, and the text will be having, what was the title? I guess new workout plans, right? Yeah, new workout. So we are going to just enter that new workouts here. So new workouts, okay, and the same UI and everything, or Just give me the text style here. So text style, okay, that's it. I don't need font and all. So I'm just gonna add text style to be 0.05 and yeah, where exactly I've added that. Let me just reload it. Okay, this looks good. It's fine. Where we have added this. Okay, so I've added this inside this list view, right? I think so. So I'm gonna just cut it out. Yeah. And I'm gonna ensure that we are out of this size box and then we are going to use it. Okay, so yeah. Now as soon as I will reload, you will be able to see this right there. You just format it out and I don't need width, I need height and it will be also height. Yeah, now it looks good. So we have created a new workout. Looks fine, everything looks good and same I need here to add the text 0.02 and then we are going to again call out a container which will be having some of our designs. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just quickly call out the container. Yeah, it's already giving me a basic design which you can see right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure to show you. Yeah, you can see that this is, yeah, the design it was suggesting me, I guess. Also, it's a small boxes. Okay, so yeah, this time what I'll do, this time I'll add again a list view back again. Okay, let me just remove this out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to call out a container. Okay, and the container will be having size or width. So the width will be, let me give it some of the width. So size dot width into, after that, what we have, after that we have the width will be somewhere around, like, let's try and give it a full one. Okay, and the height will be little less. Now let's add the decorations. So in this, I'm gonna add list view. Okay. But this time the list view will be having some of the modifications. Like for example, the first thing that I'm gonna do is scroll. Scroll direction will be axis dot horizontal and bouncy scroll physics. And inside that we have children. So inside this children, I'm gonna ensure that we have some of the, containers and heights and everything that we were already having above there. So let me hit it. And yeah, what we have got, see, these small containers. It's understanding what I am trying to do here, right? So you can see that the container looks okayish. You won't be able to see a lot of them. So let's modify the height of them, okay, a little bit. So inside this list view, then you have width. Width will be 0.6 or let's give it 0.5. And the height will be 0.2. Okay, let's keep that subtle for now. And let's make sure it looks good. Yeah, 0.5 looks much better. I'm gonna add 0.5 and again the images will be same one repeated. Now you can see that it's looking good. Now new workout and day one categories and this is how it's gonna look. So what will happen whenever you will be authentified or whenever you will be authenticated, you will be head over to this welcome page. Okay. I hope this part has been done and completely understand it to you. Let's see whether we are facing any errors and issues. No. As of now, we are not facing any issues and any errors. It looks good. Everything looks fine. What I will really suggest you guys is to do and create this bottom navigation bar as a homework. I'll be giving you the code and I'll be explaining you the code tomorrow, where in on Sunday when we will be having our lectures. But I will be really happy if you guys implement this by your own. Okay. So let's just wrap up this by creating this, navigation, beginner, intermediate, and advanced one. So let me go back here and inside this. we are going to create a navigation. So let me head over to this navigation here. Where exactly it was? Create categories, just right beneath the categories, right? Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's add custom toggle buttons. Okay, so what is our custom toggle buttons? So what we will do, we can call out a very basic file or prop to it. Okay, so let me go here. Create a new file inside this model, and I'll name this file as toggle buttons. Okay, so toggle buttons dot dart. Okay, inside this toggle buttons dot dart, I'm going to implement a very basic code, that is import package flutter material dot dart. Okay, and also what you have colors. So I need the colors as well. We'll add that later on. Let me do one thing. For now, for this particular video, we'll just add this code inside our main file only. Okay, that will ensure that we don't have to deal with the separate code files for now. Okay, so let's see all. Okay, right after the see all row, we had this spacing, and right beneath this spacing, we ensure to add this. Okay, so I'll again add a size box here, and right after a size box, I'm gonna use it. So what we will do, we will use our toggle buttons. Okay, so I'm gonna use toggle buttons here. So toggle buttons. Inside this toggle button, it takes two things, that is your list. Okay, so you have to make sure to add the list. So I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna create a list over here. So what are the list? The list only takes three things. Let me show you. Three things are beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Okay, so three things a list takes in it. So what we are going to do, we are going to create here, right above this, we are going to create a screen. We are going to create a list here. So I'll come right here, and right here I'm gonna write static. Okay, static list, and that list will be having what? Widgets. Widgets, why widgets? Because it's gonna have some buttons and all. Okay, so I'm gonna name it as workout categories. So yeah, workout categories. And inside this workout categories, I'm gonna enter like very basic text. Okay, that is beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Okay, so it's basic text buttons. That's it, nothing else. Okay, that part is done, and we will come back to our toggle buttons. Okay, so let me just continue with the toggle buttons. So what we are going to do, we are going to write inside this uh, child, we will add few data. Firstly, let me ensure what it says that is selected. What's going to happen if we select? So firstly, it will be like list dot generate. Okay, and inside that, what you're going to add the widget length. Okay, so you enter that, generate inside that widget dot widget length. Okay, what is the length of our widget? Let me check that. In that, what we have done, we have taken a very basic lists. Okay, and that list has workout categories. Okay, so ensure that it's done or not. Currently, let's take one thing. Let's just, take the widget length. So what is the widget length that we can add into it? We will modify it according to the home page. Okay, so I'm gonna give it as home page. Okay, so home page dot workout categories dot length. Okay, that will be the index that we are going to give, and on selected we will return some index. Okay, so in that case also Let me add here what? Text equals to selected category index. Okay, so for that, let's just create a very basic integer right here. Int selected category index equals to 0. Just don't get confused. I'm gonna ensure that you understand it. Category, okay, 0. So I'll come back right here and I'm gonna just give it selected category. Okay. So this error has been resolved. And after that, what it says, it's asked for on pressed. So on pressed, we are going to give int function set state selected category equals to index. So it will ensure that the index is changed whenever we click to it. Okay. After that, what it takes two, three more things. That is the first is children. Inside the children, what you are going to do, you are going to give homepage dot workout categories dot map. Okay. You can also use map as well. Okay, so we will be using map or not. Here, what we will do, we will use workout categories dot map. Inside the map, we are going to provide the name of it, which is category that we have created. Okay, let's just give a name to the variable. Like I'm gonna call it category for now. Okay, for C1 category. Okay, and inside this category, what it's gonna take in it. Now, what it's gonna return. So I'm gonna return a container. Now this container will be having some of the margins and alignments and paddings and everything. So we'll give it like box decoration will be format. Why we are getting iterable container cannot be assigned to the list type widget. Okay. So where is the list type widget we have used? Let me just check for it. Error. Okay. So if I'll just keep it like that, it won't be throwing us an error. Okay, but yeah, we have to ensure that this part is perfectly done. So let me just, yeah. And right after this, I'm gonna just add that to list. So that way it will be not giving us any error, right? Yeah, because why it was giving us an error? Because we have defined the list to be of type widget. But when we are doing it, when we are calling it out, it should not be that type, right? So that's why it was giving us an error because this is a normal widget and we are going to store that. So what we have done, we have converted this into the list. That way, it's not gonna give us that same error that we were getting before. Now I'm gonna add child, and the child will be having some basic things like, for example, padding, container, anything you can provide. So firstly, I'm gonna start with the padding. So padding will be symmetric. Okay. So in symmetric, I'm gonna give the padding to horizontal. That's it. 18 pixels. Good. Okay. And after that, now you have the child. So child will be having what has been a container. And inside the container, in the child, you will be having the text. So text will be what? The category. So text will be category dot to string and all that. Let me just format it out and now it should be good to go. Okay. Now if I reload the page, yeah. Now you can see that we are getting this text beginner inherit true and all that. Okay, so we have to ensure that this file should not give us this error. This is just this part, right? So text style will be category dot to string. Let's just try to print category. Why it's not getting print? Because okay, so the widget type cannot be assigned to the type parameter. Let me do one thing for this purpose, initial purpose. Let's just rename the string to be texts. Okay, let's just rename it. Now maybe I'm getting error. Okay, so till now it was fine, but if I will do this, it's not gonna take it. Okay, so let me cut that from here and let me just use it here. Okay. Now where are we facing errors? Okay, so homepage dot workout categories. Okay, what is the name that we have changed it to? Workout categories. Let me just copy this out and I'm gonna just paste it here. Okay, so workout categories dot length, then workout categories dot map, and workout categories dot index of, and in that case also this. Okay. Now it should work without any errors. So yeah. Now you can see that it looks good and it's working fine. Yeah, you have to just ensure to adjust its margin and padding a little bit. But yeah, now it looks good and yeah, it's so much better now. So that's it. And inside the container also, yeah, I'm gonna give the padding. So let's ensure that here also we have padding. How much padding we need to give it? We'll give it about all and 8. Yeah, yeah, now it looks good. See, it works fine, and yeah, we have successfully created. Okay, this looks good, and also we have created it as well. So I hope we have understood whatever we have done so far. If you have any sort of doubts and queries, do comment down below. And if you are liking this series, then do like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss an upcoming video. Okay. So this code and setup we have done. I'm just gonna update it as day 8 homepage, or I'm gonna just give it as day 8, and I'm gonna name it as homepage. Okay. So we are just going to comment it, and the code will be uploaded on my GitHub, which you can access from this particular link right here. So you just have to go on my GitHub and you will be able to see it. Okay. So this is my GitHub account, which you can see right here. It's present and the repositories are also available. See, this one it is like Fitness App Live Backend and Fitness App Live. Okay. As soon as I will reload, now you will be able to see that Fitness App Live frontend has been just now updated. The day 7 homepage. Okay. So we have successfully done it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're liking it, share it with your friends who wants to learn this amazing Flutter application. And if you have any suggestions, any ideas, any projects that you want me to create, just comment down below and I'll be helping you out. Okay. So this was pretty much it for this video. I will catch you in the next one. Till then, see ya. Have a